Kia ora and hello. Have you ever felt unhappy about a health or disability service? Perhaps you were unsure about something a health professional told you, or the way that a disability support worker treated you. Healthcare and disability support are different from other services. You trust the expert, and when something doesn't feel right, you don't know whether to complain or just what should happen next. And sometimes you can feel too scared to ask. Well, help is at hand. I'm Minnie Baragwanath, and in this DVD we're going to take a look at some of the things you can do if you think that you're not getting the best possible service from a health or disability provider. In case you were wondering, I use disability support because I was born with a vision impairment. And just like anyone else, I use healthcare from time to time. So I know what it's like to receive good health services. However, sometimes the quality of service is not good enough. And I know how incredibly frustrating and disempowering that can be. This is the Code of Health and Disability Services Consumers' Rights. It's a law that's designed to protect anyone who uses health and disability services, and it's administered by the Health and Disability Commissioner. In this DVD, we'll look at what your rights are under the Code, and we'll also take a look at how sometimes people can deny you those rights, and some ways that you can stop this from happening by speaking up. Your first right is the right to be treated with respect.
Yep, thank you.
And the chemist is just there.
Okay. Hello, good morning. I am Michelle and I'd like to pick up my medication, please.
Good morning, Michelle. How are you today?
I'm very good, thank you.
That's good. I've got your medications right here in front of me.
Thank you.
Now, would you like me to tell you about your medications in private?
Yes, please, I would like that.
Sure.
Okay. Emmett, would you please leave me alone for about 5 minutes and then come back?
Sure, I'll get you in 5, Michelle.
Okay,
See you
thank
later.
you very
Thank you.
much. Thank you, see ya.
Okay, now Michelle, in terms of your medications,
I would like to take this opportunity to thank you very, very much for talking to me and not my caregiver. That's the respect that I think I deserve and I don't usually get. Thank you so very, very much.
you're welcome, Michelle. I'm more than happy to help you out with your medications, so please feel free to come here for further advice when you want. So thank you.
People should always treat you with respect as a person, no matter what your health condition or impairment is. People should talk to you directly and listen to your concerns. People should also respect your cultural values and beliefs and your personal privacy. That's why it's often helpful to make a complaint when you're unhappy about a service, so providers can learn and make improvements. You also have the right to fair treatment. This means no exploitation. No one can take advantage of you in any way. No pressure. No one can pressure you into doing something that you don't want to. No discrimination. No one can treat you unfairly. Let's see what happens to Dr. Danish, who has a brain injury and therefore needs support with some daily tasks.
Cool. Okay, got the shopping list. You wouldn't mind if I just added a few things of my own to the shopping list, would you?
Okay.
Cool. I don't reckon there's going to be enough cash. Like maybe I could take your EFTPOS card or something.
Fine.
Cool. What is it? Savings or cheque? What's the number?
4321.
Cool. You don't need to tell anyone about this. It can be.
Okay.
Cool. See you soon.
Now let's hear from Dr. Danish how he felt about what just happened.
Of course, it is very important to trust the people that I work with them or they work for me. Because trusting is the basic thing for communication.
What happened to Dr. Danish is not okay, and he didn't feel comfortable enough to talk directly to his support worker about it. However, it is okay to talk to someone else when things go wrong.
Of course, it is hard, but we have to use our brain to make it a more better judgment for saying yes or no.
You could talk to the manager of the service, to a friend or to a family member and ask them to help you to put things right. You can also talk to an advocate who can support you to raise your concerns. Health and disability advocates offer you a free, independent and confidential advocacy service. Advocates can... Hang on, why am I telling you about what advocates can do? How about we hear direct from the horse's mouth? Here's Kelly Dorr.
The role of an advocate is to assist people who have concerns, questions or problems and assist them to voice their concerns and get their concerns sorted. As an advocate, we do assist people who have complaints about the care they receive from any health or disability service, and we usually suggest different options to try and assist in resolving the complaint. So that could be by putting your complaint in writing, which I can certainly assist you if you want to take that option. Or another option is to have a meeting with the manager of the service, and I would also be there to support you through the meeting to try and assist in resolving the issues.
It's great to know that there's such good support at hand. Now let's move on to the third right under the code, the right to dignity and independence.
Lauren here, I can help you with that. Thank you.
Quite capable and independent. I'll ask for help if I need it.
Okay.
Your dignity and independence should always be respected. People should support you to do as much for yourself as you choose.
Hey, Lauren.
Hiya.
Would you like a coffee?
You sell a boat one.
Okay. Okay. Can I have your hand there at all?
Oh, I'm fine, thank you.
Oh, great.
They should never insist on doing things for you or make you do things yourself. You have the right to receive care of an appropriate standard. This means you have the right to be treated with care and skill, to have care and support that suits your needs, and to have different staff and providers working together to get the best result for you.
Hi, good morning. How can we help you?
We're here for an X-ray.
Okay, that's both hips and pelvis. Yes, we can do that. And what sort of help will Keegan need?
I don't know.
A hoist. Okay, I can get that organized. Yes, just stay where you are and I'll get that organized.
Thank you. Okay.
I'm waiting for the horse.
Bring the hoist.
Here we are.
Look. Is that a cool car?
Do you like it?
Yes. Are you gonna X-ray? Am I gonna may have an X-ray?
Yes, we are going to put you.
As we've just seen, it's really important that health and disability support services are designed in a way that meet our individual needs. Another part of meeting our individual needs is communication, and that is your fifth right. You have the right to effective communication.
Hi, can I help you?
Yeah, I'm Lorraine. I'm here for Shirley. Sorry.
Sure, just for a moment. Yep, just have a seat and I'll give you a call.
No, I'm there. Will be no good here, but you let me know.
Yep, no problem.
Thank you.
Hi Lorraine, would you like to come through now?
Hi.
Hi, this is Sue Williams, New Zealand Sign Language interpreter. I'm a deaf person and Sue will be interpreting for me today, so if you could just please speak directly to me and I'll watch Sue sign.
Oh, that's great, thanks.
Okay?
As we've just seen, it would have been difficult for Lorraine to understand the physio's instructions without an interpreter. Effective communication becomes really important when receiving any health or disability service. And unfortunately, a lot of complaints are a result of poor communication between the provider and the consumer. Tanya Thomas is the Deputy Health and Disability Commissioner.
Kia ora. I'm the Deputy Disability Commissioner. It's my role to make sure disabled people know about their rights when it comes to getting a health or disability support service. It's also my job to work with providers of health and disability services working with disabled people to make sure they know their responsibilities. It's not always an easy thing to make a complaint, but that's what my office exists for and it's what I do. Sometimes people just have worries or concerns about the service they're getting. It isn't always a complaint and it isn't always a big serious matter. Sometimes it's just something that niggles or something that if it were changed it would make life easier. So in my office I'm really interested in hearing from people. I want people to feel supported and I want them to understand that we're here to try and get you a better service. We do that in a number of ways. Sometimes we hear from you and then we just ring the provider up and say, hey, how about changing that? Or would you be interested in thinking of a different way of doing that? The important thing is that under the law of New Zealand, you have a right to a good service. So why not expect it? Why not ask for it? That's what we're here to do, is to help you to get that good service. And 9 times out of 10, in my experience, providers are only too willing to change their practice, to change their systems, and to make the service better. They want to know what's not working. So if you can't do it by yourself or you feel a little shy talking to someone about your concerns, think about using an advocate. Think about calling me and see if we can't help you.
The next right is directly related to effective communication. It is the right to full information.
Morning, Mary.
Morning, Doctor.
How can I help today?
Doctor, actually I came to find out about the results of my shoulder, the x-ray that you did, and to find out the information about that.
Oh, your shoulder. Yes,
Yeah.
that's right, Mary. Yep, I've got them up here. Nothing too much to worry about, Mary. Bit of osteoarthritis and think that a bit of anti-inflammatory medication won't help. I'll get receptionist to give you a script for some ibuprofen and that'll be all for today then.
In this example, Mary did not get the information she really needed. Let's see what happens now when Mary insists on her right to full information.
Mary, well, that'll do for now.
I was just wondering if you'd explain it just a little bit more for me. I don't quite understand.
Okay, I'm sorry, Mary. Yes, I'll just go through things a little bit with you here and I'll explain on this model.
Thank you.
Okay?
Every health and disability support provider has a duty to give you an explanation of the condition or situation, the options available, a full explanation of the risks and benefits of treatments, including any side effects, and the results of any tests, you can also ask for a recommendation or a second opinion, or the names and qualifications of the people responsible for your treatment or support. You have the right to know the waiting time and estimated costs. You also have the right to honest answers and to request information in writing. It's really important that you get full information in order to exercise your next right. You have the right to make an informed choice and to give informed consent. This means you should only receive a service when you have chosen to and given consent. In other words, it's your decision what happens to you. You have the right to refuse any treatment or surgical procedure. You also have the right to choose who you receive a service from and when.
What do I find here?
I've brought some options over for you here. I've got them in the folder. Basically, we can provide 3 different options. One is with a family. The other is within the, probably...
The next scenario shows how easy it is to make the right choice when all the options are explained to you properly.
Based activity program, given that the holidays are coming up.
Holiday program?
Yeah.
Sounds like fun, doesn't it? What do you think, Helen? Yeah?
Yeah. So, can you go? Let's talk about that one a bit more. Of course, different facilities in the community. Yeah.
But I'd like to talk to somebody from the program.
Sure.
Yeah. And so could we arrange to meet the family that's offering the respite care?
Yep. Okay. Can be arranged. Yep. So I'll leave you my card.
The Code of Rights extends to all consumers and places obligations on all people and organisations providing health or disability services, public or private, without exception. Okay, only 3 more rights to go. You have the right to support. This means you're allowed to have someone with you, if you choose to do so, when receiving any health or disability service, so long as it's safe and it doesn't impact negatively on the rights of another consumer. You may require a support worker, a friend, a family member, or an interpreter.
Morning, Jessie. Would you like to come through now, thanks? It's okay, it shouldn't be too long.
Actually, I'd like to come in to support my mother, if that's okay, Doc.
Are you okay with that, Jessie? Okay, no, that's fine. Come on through.
Let's meet another advocate, Andrew McLean, who's going to tell us about the importance of being assertive and exercising your rights.
Kia ora, Nationwide Health and Disability Advocacy Service, Andrew McLean speaking. I have the pleasure of supporting consumers when they feel that they need to talk about what they would like to see as a good service. What we're here for is to see that the people of New Zealand get the best quality health care, the best quality disability care that we can possibly manage. And in order to do that, we want to tell people, firstly, when things go well, but also when things could be better. We call this self-advocacy, really, the ability of somebody to speak up for themselves and to come into a situation to feel empowered to say, I have a problem, or I have a way I like things done. And we want to encourage people to talk about their experiences, not just to each other and to their families, but also to the people who actually gave them that care in the first place.
The ninth right is not new in itself. but it states that all other rights under the Code apply if you're asked to take part in teaching or research. This means that you should be given full information about your involvement and how your information will be used. It also means that you can decide whether or not to take part, and you can change your mind at any stage. The following scenario explains how different rights apply in a teaching situation. Your rights in respect of teaching or research.
How's it going?
Good, thanks, Liz.
Good. This is Martin Darney.
Hi, Darney.
Hi.
He's a student and he's come in today to observe the consultation.
Well, actually, Liz, I'm feeling really uncomfortable about that. Don't I have a choice?
Sorry, Darney. I should have told you right at the beginning because it is your choice. You're quite right. Martin can only be here if you're happy about it. How about I tell you why he's here?
Sure.
Martin's a final year chiropractic student and he has to attend a certain number of consultations before he can graduate. What he'd be doing today is only observing what's happened. He's not going to be treating you or doing anything else. How do you feel about that?
Well, actually, Liz, I'm still feeling really uncomfortable and I'd like it if Martin would leave the room, please.
That's fine, Darney. Martin, would you mind leaving, please?
No worries, that's fine.
Thank you.
As we have just seen, Darney exercised her right to make a choice in a teaching situation. Fantastic, we're nearly done. The 10th right in the Code may be the most important of all for you and for health and disability support services. You have the right to make a complaint. If you're unhappy with any health or disability service you've received, or if you feel that under the Code any of your rights have been denied by a service provider, you can make a complaint. Everybody who provides a health or disability service is obliged to have a complaints procedure, and they must tell you clearly when asked what that complaints procedure is. Not only is this a right you have, it is often a valuable service for feedback to the organisation or person. You might be surprised to discover how many providers welcome your feedback and want to make it easy for you. However, if you're not confident doing this, these are the steps you can take. Get support from a relative or friend. Prepare your thoughts and make notes beforehand. Or contact your local advocate for assistance. It's often not easy to complain. You might be worried that it'll just make things worse. However, the Code clearly states that you should not be negatively affected as the result of making a complaint. Huhana Hiki is a lawyer with Auckland Disability Law.
To lay a complaint early means you've got the chance for a positive resolution. To leave the complaint too long means you've got less of a chance, you've got less of an opportunity to really lay in that complaint positively. And you could, instead of saying, oh, you know, I don't like what you've done or you've done something wrong, you might want to turn that around and end up saying, look, I would like this done this way, or I'd like it done differently because that was what makes me feel better. To remove the fear or the discomfort that you're getting, what you can think about is, I want to have that good relationship again and I'm losing that good relationship. Fear is normal. It's okay to lay a complaint. It's all right. You know, it's not going to be a disparage or it's not going to be a negative against you. It's can easily get resolved at that lower level with advocates, so it is a resolvable issue and it then becomes something that can be resolved early and doesn't fall into something major later on that can cause a major fallout, and that often happens if it hasn't been dealt with at the beginning stage.
The Health and Disability Commissioner's Office has published a brochure outlining in detail your rights under the Code. This brochure is available in easy-to-read format on our website in 25 different languages, including sign language, and in audio in most languages. Find out more about the Code of Rights. You can contact the Advocacy Service or the Office of the Health and Disability Commissioner. Here are the contact details. The Health and Disability Commissioner's Office, telephone 0800 11 2233, fax 09 373 1061. Email hdc@hdc.org.nz. Website www.hdc.org.nz. Health and Disability Advocacy Service, telephone 0800 55 5050, fax 0800 278776, email advocacy@hdc.org.nz. We hope you found this DVD useful and that you now feel more confident about your rights when using health and disability services, and what to do if those rights are denied. It's not always easy speaking up, but it's an important way to ensure that you and others receive the best possible services. And remember, you're not alone. We're here to help.